I guess we'll get into like the whole dating scene in today's culture. What do you got to say about that, Daniel? What are your thoughts?
He's like talking about it. What do you got to say about it?
Just talking about getting killed while fucking. But
Are you single, Daniel?
yeah, right now, yeah. But
My boy has some game though.
But I was gonna say, I think what I've seen personally, it's one of those things where I see what people see, but I don't experience it. A lot of people, like a lot of men on my age, a little bit older or younger for sure, they have like a lot of hate towards women. I've noticed.
How old are you?
23. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of like hate, and like there's a lot of like, oh, you must have a nice car, nice house, making six figures to even attract a woman. And then they're saying, oh, women are like hoes, thoughts, and all that. I think it's a very toxic way of seeing things. And the thing is like, that's not all true. Like, I've met women that were very feminine, very down to earth. You know, I don't have that much money still. You know,
you've also met hoes.
Oh yeah, of course. But there's nothing to get. But you see, you shouldn't hate that. I mean, if they are that, if they want to be that, just like we talked about earlier, that's cool.
I love hoes.
Yeah. See, like I have a different take. I'm like, cool. Do what you need to do, you know. And at the end of the day, it's like if that's what she wants to do, you know, it's her life. What am I? Like, I don't even think about them because it have nothing to do with me. But like, there's a lot of like hate towards women, a lot of like negativity.
So you think there's like some toxicity going on?
Yeah, like I think it's spread all over the internet. Like, I think like the
fresh, like we're brainwashed.
Fresh and Fit. I don't really watch them, but I just know they're like, oh, women are like this, and they always like trash talk women from Miami and all that. And it's like, bro, you're taking like a small percentage of women, and that's Miami, bro. They're of course they're gonna go after the 1% of men that have millions of dollars, but it's like there's a country girl out in Iowa that isn't like that. You know what I mean? So it's just about perspective, and it's like. You don't need all these things to attract a woman. And on the flip side, they all saying like women are masculine nowadays, like women are independent. It's like my opinion is they should be. They should go after what they want in life. They shouldn't, because everybody always brings up in the 50s and the 60s, 70s.
This guy's a pick me. This guy's a pick me. You're doing the whole pick me shtick right now.
What does that mean?
He's like everything they say about women is wrong.
I mean, yeah.
I respect women. I get women. Well, I respect them.
I think a lot of what you're saying boils down to the law of attraction. Like, if you're a toxic dude, you're going to attract toxic women, and that's what your perception of them is going to be, you know, because that's like the classic male thing. Like, say you go up to a chick and you're like, hey, what's up, girl? You fine? And then she's like, you ain't shit. Or maybe she don't even say that. She just rejects you in whatever way. And then you're like, bitch, you ain't shit. Like, that's one thing men do. Like, I think it's so funny. Like, they will get rejected by a woman who they were genuinely just interested in, and then they like shit on them. Like, bro, you were just hitting on that chick. You can't then go and say like, oh, like, you know, like, you're ugly, you're a bitch anyway. Like, what? Like, that's that, like you said, that's toxic as fuck.
And that's the thing is like they hate him, but they want to fuck them. It's like that makes no sense to me.
Just take your L. Honestly,
and my thing is like, end of the day, it's just I think a lot of it has to do with the internet, and I'll be honest, it kind of goes down to like the family dynamic. A lot of people are born in a household with either without a father present or without a mother present, so they don't really have that like family dynamic to begin with, so they're already starting out like, oh, this is just how women are, they leave you, or this is just how men are, they just bounce. So I think it's just a lot, it kind of boils down to that, and it's kind of sad to see, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like I'm not toxic towards it. I do see it, and if there's women that are like that, like you say, like just say fuck off, I just walk away. I don't deal with them. I move on. At the end of the day, what did I lose? If I like get rejected at a bar, at a grocery store, or anything, what did you lose?
Lost a baddie.
Lost a nut.
There's another one around the corner, you know. So
another one around the corner.
A nut corner.
100 will say no. 100 will say yes.
Because it's always so like you never really know. Like, you could go like hit on a chick like the day after she was just a victim of domestic violence. You know what I mean? Like, you could just have really bad luck with timing. So like, you know what I mean? You really don't know. Like, anytime you like talk to somebody, it's always a risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what any given person is going through at any moment in their life. So like, if you go and talk to someone, like maybe that same person would react totally differently at a different time in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like you said, just because you're in a good mood and want to do something doesn't mean she is, you know. And then, you know, just like you said, it could be wrong timing, but at the end of the day, that's not your problem. That's not her problem. You just move on. I mean, that's the whole point. That's why I alluded to earlier. You should, in your early 20s, go out and experience, talk to people, whether it is hitting on them or just talking, man. Like, and my thing is that like a lot of men either focus too much on women as well. I've noticed. I've seen a lot of personal friends that like they get a girlfriend and they had all these plans and dreams.
Say a name.
Make him like a priority.
Yeah, and
Bob.
the problem is like I think they lose their
Bob and
focus.
Ashley.
Yeah, I think it's important to have focus. Like
Yeah.
in your own, at least for me personally, I think as a man, you should have something you're focused towards. Like you want to accomplish something in the next 5 to 10 years, you know. But I also think it comes down to a person's like self-awareness of themselves and their maturity. And a lot of people are different, as you were saying. You know, some person could be prioritizing woman more than this other guy, while this other person could be, you know, just trying to go and flirt with some chicks and see how it goes. And if he gets turned down, you know, it's like, all right, on to the next one kind of thing.
On the Pornhub, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. On a Pornhub. Fuck.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't judge people. I mean, that's what you want to do. Is if you want to do, like, for example, me, like, my goal is to, you know, be financially free by 50 years old. I don't want to be working the same job over and over. And, you know, in order to get something, you have to give up something. So for sometimes, you know, isn't the right time for me to be in a full-blown relationship because it does take commitment, does take energy, does take time. But it's like for me, like, for example, all day, had work, had to go to an event, had to meet with the client, then I had to drive here to a podcast. And it's like, I don't really have time to be texting you. I don't got time to be on FaceTime, you know, those things. And that's not...
Sorry, bitch.
that's
You gotta
no
say.
disrespect. It's just like, at the end of the day, you're dealing with the guy that has things going for him, that has a goal. And, you know, that's women have to also decide, like, what kind of man do they want? Do they want a man that's up their ass all day? Or they want a guy that's, like, hustling, doing what they need to do? But they got to realize, we'll make time for you. Like, I make time, but I just can't.
It's like, you hear that, hoes?
Yeah, but I just can't, it can't be 24/7, but, you know, when we get together, it'd be a good time, you know. But I think you have to make that known in the beginning, though. A lot of dudes lie all the time. You know, I'm a victim. I did that too. I've lied. It's so easy to lie. It's easy to lie. It's easy to sell them a fake story, but it's like
No.
it ends in the bad.
Lied.
Hell
You
yeah.
lied? With those jeans and sunglasses?
Hell yeah.
You look like, I thought you were such an honest guy.
Hey. That's how you get far.
That's
That's how you get far.
But
True that.
yeah, just you got to be honest from the beginning and tell them, like, hey, I got goals. You know, I'm not going to be able to hang out. I'm not going to be able to talk all day, but, you know, I'll hit you up when this day. Like, what I used to do, too, is like, hey, we had a good time. Be on the lookout for my text Tuesday afternoon, and I'll plan out something for Thursday night or whatever. Because you make it known there's
You got
no
a
guesswork.
scheduled text in your iPhone. Like
Yeah.
Tuesday, 6:30.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Good morning.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
I feel like low key, fuck texting, bro. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna have a 4-minute conversation, and then we're good until
Yeah,
the
you
next
could,
time we see
that's
each
better
other.
too. Yeah.
We're good. Honestly, but fuck these hoes, bro. You're giving these hoes too much credit, Daniel.
I'm not. I'm gonna go in. I think it starts with the men first, though. I think the
No!
men. Why? Because the men need to lead the relationship, but they're not. And that's the thing is, like, if you were the toxic woman, whose fault is that?
Hers. She's toxic.
It's your fault for being with her.
I
know,
think
you know what? That's kind of my
Yeah,
that's my view, because it's like, if you're with even with the woman, if she's with the dude that's toxic, that's her fault too.
yeah, relationships are stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Because that is so common. Like,
Who needs
it's
them?
both of your fault. Like, if you're in that situation, like, both of y'all are stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to, like, date, like, especially the older you get, because that's generally what happens. You know, once you get past your 30s and you're trying to date women in your 30s, they've been so, like, abused and jaded by the dating by men that, like, they have trust issues. They can't, like, learn to just, like, start a new slate. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they carry all this past trauma and, like, bad experiences in new relationships, and it's really hard when you're just trying to be, like, genuine, to be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's been my biggest problem, I think, is it's like, because, like, you're just not ever gonna, like, be that, but they're like, oh, this is what I'm used to, so, like, I assume it's gonna happen eventually with anybody, you know?
I mean, yeah, the magic eraser, man. You gotta fucking make them forget it.
I just think like when you meet someone, like just start fresh and don't like carry that, like,
I agree.
you know, like we've all been wronged in relationships. Like I've been wronged, like women have been wrong, but I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, my last girlfriend was a whore and she cheated on me, so you're a whore and you're gonna cheat on me and I can never trust you, because like how are you ever going to build? You know, like give people the benefit of the doubt, like allow people trust until they give you a reason not to trust them, basically.
Yeah, there's an old
saying?
saying where when you
Clock it.
meet somebody, you meet in their past, and that goes for everything, you know, because people carry they can't let go of that, and that's like an inner work that everybody has to do, you know, even me, even you, the women we're talking about, you know, and that's so true. I mean, you just see it all day, or like, oh, I'm used to this, and it's just like, it's up to you at the end of the day. Do you want to deal with that? You know, that's why I say like, there's a saying. I remember my mentor told me it begins and ends with the man. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. You choose the woman you want to be with. You're trying to get to know her.